Do any of you remember when we took down this gigantic mirror wall? Well, we left behind a ton of ripped drywall, and now we're over here trying to fix it. We previously had tried just sanding and spackling over these holes, but we just ended up with a bunch of bubbled up drywall. So we did some research, and here's how we ended up fixing it. First, we started off by using a scraper tool to scrape off any excess or loose paper. And then we went ahead and sanded down all of the edges to make sure it was as smooth as we could get it. And then we picked up a can of Zinsser Bin Stain Blocker Primer and went over all of the holes and made sure to cover them up pretty nicely so that the air bubbles essentially won't leak through when we start to spackle. We waited about 10 to 15 minutes for the primer to dry, and then we were able to go over the holes and fill them in with joint compound. Probably need to do a second layer, and we'll probably end up skim coating over this whole wall just to even everything out and make sure that everything's the same texture. But because we used this Zinsser primer, we didn't end up with any air bubbles, which is super great, and so we ended up with a really flat wall. Projects like this are some of the most tedious ones that we ended up hating the most, but you gotta get them done, and we know it'll be worth it in the end. This week we're putting together our kitchen cabinets, so follow along and stay tuned for more updates.